client experiences are the worst. There's nothing like having an experience with a bad fit client to make you doubt your worth, question your abilities, and stay stuck in imposter syndrome. But how do you know when it's a red flag client or when it's something that you need to do work on your end to develop your client communication skills, your freelance copywriting skills, or something else in your business? Well, in this video, I'm going to break down 4 types of red flags that can give you a hint as to whether what you're dealing with in your business right now is a potential nightmare client situation or a situation where you need more education, support, or accountability when it comes to stepping up your skill set, stepping up your service, stepping up the way that you relate to and take care of your clients. So let's go ahead and dive in. All my red flags are going to be around certain types of nightmare clients. So your first red flag type of client, let's call her No Boundaries Betty. So No Boundaries Betty wants to be able to reach you at all times, at all hours, and she wants to be able to tell you exactly how to do your job, tell you exactly when to do your job, and tell you exactly how you should complete the projects that you already very well know how to do. So No Boundaries Betty wants someone else to write her copy, but she wants to be in control of it. Like, she still wants to be at the wheel. Now, this could be because No Boundaries Betty has had a bad service provider experience in the past. Maybe she's hired a copywriter that just didn't get good results, and so now she feels like she has to have white knuckle grip control over the projects. This is not normal. This is not going to go well if the respect, the trust, that flow is not going to be there. If No Boundaries Betty can't let you do your job, you're going to feel micromanaged. You're going to feel like an employee instead of somebody who runs their own business. So look out for No Boundaries Betty. When you start feeling like you can't have autonomy in when you work, how you work, and what you do when you're working, you might be dealing with a No Boundaries Betty. And the second type of red flag to keep an eye out, this is a clue that it's not you, it's a bad fit client experience. Let's call him Late Payment Larry. It's pretty self-explanatory, but Late Payment Larry always seems to forget when his invoice is due. It always seems like he's, oh, I'm out of the office, I'm out of town, oh, I'll get to it next week. And as long as you've worked with Larry, you've never once been paid on time. This makes you feel stressed out about your budget. It makes you feel disrespected. It makes you feel unappreciated. Honestly, those late payment Larrys, you start feeling a little bit abused, right? You're doing work, you're holding up your end of the deal, and you can never depend on getting paid on time. This has nothing to do with you and everything to do with the way that Larry manages his business. The important thing here is for you to keep managing your business the way that you want to. Number 3, the third red flag to look for is finger pointing Flo. Flo has no responsibility in her business. She doesn't want to take responsibility for anything that goes wrong in her campaigns. She likes to pass the buck, and anytime something doesn't convert, anytime an ad doesn't get the click through or the conversion rate that she wants, anytime the email open rates fall, anytime she goes through a sales launch and things don't sell the way she wants to, she immediately turns to her service providers and starts pointing the finger. Well, your copy must not have been very good. Well, the video script you wrote for me must not have worked well. And it's always pointing the blame at someone else. This could very well be a symptom of, okay, maybe some things need to be optimized in the copy. Maybe some research needs to take place on a deeper level. But if you know how to read the data behind the scenes, you can take a look at the conversion rates. You can take a look at the click-through rates, and you can tell whether or not it was the copy or something else. It gives you the ability to defend yourself and be able to stick up for what you know is working and isn't working. Because the truth is, there's no one thing you can point a finger to when it comes to holding all the responsibility for how well a campaign goes. A campaign is made up of copy, creative, sometimes videos. You also have to deal with the sales process, the delivery of the service or product. So there are so many different factors. How big is their audience? Are they showing up? Are they serving their audience? Are they thing? It's never always the copy. I should say. So finger pointing Flo has a struggle. She will always be disappointed in something, and she will always turn it to someone else, which is very unpleasant. And it's really hard for those of us who really care about our clients and about their results. We want them to succeed, but there comes a point when you just cannot accept blame for something that's not yours to accept. And a good business owner, a true entrepreneur, someone who has integrity, will be able to look at the whole picture, and they'll be able to look and assess the results without having a bias towards anything, and they'll be able to come to logical and accurate conclusions about what their campaigns are doing, how the results are looking, then be able to work together with their service providers to create better results. Okay, someone who is always passing the buck or pointing the finger, it's going to be really hard for them to improve their results because they have a revolving door of service providers coming in and out. They never give it a chance, and so they'll just continue to go through service providers over and over and over again because they're not addressing anything on their end that they have responsibility for. So look out for finger pointing. It will cause you to question your skills. It'll cause you to question your ability to serve clients, and it might not be a valid question, right? It might not be the copy. Chances are it's a group of a multitude of different things that are contributing, and they all just need to be tweaked and changed, and they all just need to be assessed every step of the way. The final red flag I want you to look out for when it comes to working with clients is unreasonable Rex. Okay, so unreasonable Rex has so many expectations. He is a visionary, most likely. He has big dreams, he has big plans, he has huge goals, and there's nothing wrong with having huge goals. However, goals are built step by step. They're not miracle, magical things that just occur overnight. And so sometimes unreasonable Rex will project into the future. He'll see the big result and the big goal, but he won't know how to go step by step to get there. So he'll have these really, really high expectations, but without a realistic view of what it's going to take. So unreasonable Rex will put a lot of pressure on the amount of money that his campaigns generate for him. He'll put a lot of pressure on how quickly his audience grows, but he doesn't have a lot of understanding about what really needs to take place every step of the way. So it's easy for him also to be a little bit like finger pointing Flo in that he will just shift blame because he doesn't have an understanding of the journey that it takes to grow and scale. So if you're dealing with an unreasonable Rex, it really, really helps you to understand marketing. It really helps you to understand what's reasonable to expect with a solid business so that you can come out of it with confidence and security in your skills and abilities, so that you can identify also places where you can improve without descending into imposter syndrome, without the self-doubt, without subjecting yourself to treatment that makes you feel like an employee instead of a business owner, because that's not what you are. When you're a freelancer, you are running your own business, and you have the right to run your business the way that you want to. So being able to identify these client red flags, pick them out, and just approach with caution doesn't mean that you can't work with someone who has tendencies in this way. It's all a learning process for all of us. None of us are perfect business owners. We all have room to grow. We all have space to improve. But when you are solid in the way that you run your business, and when you can identify these red flags, it's going to be easier for you to stand strong and stand up for yourself and have the foundational platform that your business sits on so that it's not shaken by what a client thinks or says or does. Let me know what you think. Let me know what other nightmare client experiences you've had, what other red flags you've experienced, because I'd love to break down other red flag situations and give you tips and tricks on how to deal with them without giving way and giving away some of the power that you have in your business, so that you can be a high-level service provider that takes care of their clients, but also is an expert in their own right, running their own business with excellence.